This time we're giving a home some Charleston charm.
This house is all work and no play. Our homeowners want style straight from the South Carolina coast.
It's really looking amazing.
Great ideas to transform any home into a real getaway. And results you have to see to believe.
I haven't seen any hermit crabs.
The Boright family loves the beach.
We have a vacation house at the beach, and it's our most favorite place to be.
They want that same feeling at home.
We love being at the beach, and we have this fabulous back porch that we just live on.
But their home has no porch, no warmth, and a whole lot of shrubbery.
You guys are going for a beachy, coastal kind of feel here, right?
Well, maybe something a little bit more formal where we can do some entertaining as well.
I think we like a big front porch where we can extend our living space from inside the house to outside the house.
Sounds like you guys want lavish, but also relax at the same time.
Right.
Which are two words that describe our designer, so let's go meet her.
Okay.
Sounds good.
This is going to be great. We're really looking forward to it.
It's long overdue.
Designer Yvette Piaggio's all about going coastal.
I'm inspired by Charleston because it is a little bit more formal, maybe incorporating some ironwork so that it has a real warm, inviting feeling. And there's some great details, like lots of furniture, mixing up textures, ironwood, wicker, just really jazzing it up.
Time to look around.
I think we're going to want to redo the siding that you see up top there, the windows.
We have a house at the beach, and we just get there and we just chill out on the porch. And I think, we'd love to translate that to here. Do you want it to be as coastal feeling as your house in Delaware? I think we'd like to do something different. Maybe more of like a table.
Maybe a table,
kind of table, and then more of a living room
chairs.
kind of thing on the other side.
Right.
Yeah, like a Charleston feel or something,
Right.
which would be great.
The front porch is the appetizer of the home, and we're going to do warm colors and soft textiles, and it's going to look fantastic when it's finished.
We want to go all out.
That's what I like to hear.
Soon the plan's in place. Up top, the old siding's replaced with vertical wood siding in a warm beige for a cleaner, more formal look. Split pane windows and vintage beach house shutters painted black tie in the Charleston charm. The overgrown bushes and lawn are coming out, replaced by a grand porch open on 3 sides for the outdoor living space of a breezy beachfront property. A wide staircase is added to the porch, extending the feel of this gracious southern entry. And for the landscape, a mix of colorful evergreen shrubs. Ornamental beach grass brings the beachy feel home.
The plan is to mix fashion with function.
That way, when you guys are stuck here during the week, you got a great outdoor place to kick back.
Sounds good.
Day 1, the overgrown hedges are coming out.
All of the plants have got to come out. They've got to go because the porch is going to extend out 10 feet. The path is going to stay where it is, but we're going to do some really beautiful stairs leading up to it, and it'll be fabulous.
Oh my God, there's a house under there.
I know, it looks different, doesn't it?
This is just the beginning.
No turning back. The Boright's long-awaited makeover is officially underway.
So they're finally getting started.
The next day,
The windows are coming out.
It's going to be so nice to finally have decent windows in the house.
We're putting in new split pane windows because it's just going to give the house an overall fresh new look, plus they have a traditional style, and it's really going to just complement and finish off the Charleston feel that we're going for.
What we incorporated in these windows is they're going to have the same look of the sculpted grid pattern, but it's going to be between the glass.
with the sculpted grid pattern inside 2 panes of glass, these windows are designed to be energy efficient.
So the windows are going to actually look vintage, but they won't feel vintage, and that's the whole idea.
Next, it's time for the porch. It's a traditional southern style with thick squared columns, a sloping roof, and picket railings on 3 sides.
The homeowners like the square columns to begin with. Typically, you can find them in more coastal communities and coastal architecture.
It's going to be a big porch. It's going to be 8 by 20. It's going to cover the whole front of the house. There's a little bit of concern, or apprehension, I guess you could say, on our part, but we think we're going to be happy with it when it's all finished.
Wow, what a huge change. Now that completely changes the scope of the yard.
It really does. The house before used to be so flat, and now it has so much more depth and dimension. It's going to increase their living space. It's going to be fabulous.
Once the deck is framed out, a slate roof is added. Yvette chose tiles that match the existing slate roof of the house.
Slate roofs are great on the East Coast. They're durable for 4 seasons, but they are pretty costly. So we have a perfect solution. We have a faux slate roof. It's very cost effective and it looks great.
Later that day, the Borights are home to check out the progress.
Awesome.
It's good, guys.
We're really excited about the way the porch has turned out. It looks perfect for the house. It doesn't overshadow it at all. Looks like a porch now.
Coming up, patio furniture like you've never seen,
And it's really different and unusual.
and adding color to an all-season landscape. Next. Homeowner Stephanie Boright and landscape designer Kevin Ganley meet up at the nursery. Kevin wants to bring a little South Carolina style to Stephanie's front yard.
These are the cherry laurels, which I'd suggested might be a good planting to put along the front of the porch. Laurels are great for foundation planting because they don't get thin in the wintertime, nor do they discolor. They don't turn bronze like some other plantings. They stay good and full and they have a glossy foliage to them. Rather than thinking of plants as just greenery, we can think of them in terms of sculptural items in the landscape.
Next, for added depth and texture, Kevin suggests American boxwood.
And I'd like to propose an idea of using these as kind of a backdrop. We place it on the left side of the house, kind of toward that chain link fence and the neighbor side.
And kind of hiding the fence a little bit.
Yeah, I think it'd be a great evergreen screen to stop the eye from going back there and then also create a little bit of intimacy for the seating area.
I love it. Yeah, that's a great idea.
And for a colorful focal point, Kevin suggests a weeping Japanese maple.
Now, rather than having something inanimate like a fountain, it sounds like you and Barry were more interested in a plant that has some interesting qualities. And so what we have is a Japanese maple that has a red foliage through spring, summer, and fall, and then in the winter has a neat branch structure.
Oh, great.
I really like Kevin's plans. I think that he's really on target, and I think it's going to just put the icing on the cake for the house.
The next day,
So I gotta ask you guys, why the new siding?
Why not the new siding?
When we took the old siding off, the original clapboard was underneath it. It looks very similar to what's on there now.
So it was nice to bring it back to its original state.
We're taking down the old siding because it was just old and it needed to be updated. So we're going with a horizontal planked siding, which will elongate the house and make it feel wider. And it'll be more in line with the era of the home when it was first built. One thing to keep in mind is when you are adding siding to either brick or stone, you want something that complements it and doesn't look like it was just added on, that it's been there forever.
It's really complemented the stone on the first floor, and it's changed the house dramatically.
Yvette's got the perfect accent, vintage shutters.
Now that we've removed all the shrubs, the windows do look a little bare, so by adding the shutters, it's really going to cozy it up and make it really inviting and finish the look.
So we brought these shutters from the beach house, and they're the original shutters from 1860, and we had a bunch left over, so we thought they would really add a lot of character to this house as well.
You're going with a lot of black accents on this house.
I am. Black is going to make the windows really pop out. It's going to contrast really well against the stone, and it's going to help pull everything together.
The next day, landscape designer Kevin Ganley gets to work. His plan, an all-season landscape for this southern-style makeover. And to incorporate that summertime beach feel, Kevin has a few ideas.
So for the beach theme, you've got some tricks up your sleeve.
Yeah, we've got some taller ornamental grasses off the end of the porch, which are reminiscent of grassy dunes, and then we have some shorter ornamental grasses as the borders for the front beds. We've tried to achieve some progression of color through the seasons with the Boright's landscape. Starting with the spring, we've got real vivid color in the Japanese maple. When it leaves out, has a rich crimson. Also the foliage on the laripe grass, it's variegated, so it's got bright yellow in it. Also in the winter, we have the evergreen foliage on the cherry laurels. Summer, the grasses will come into plume and hold those in well into the fall and into the early winter months as well.
And for extra added wintertime color, ornamental cabbage. And up against the chain link fence, a row of American boxwood, creating an intimate seating area on the side of the house.
Now that is a landscape.
It actually looks like landscaping as opposed to just overgrown bushes.
It's a huge improvement.
Oh, I love it. That's beautiful.
The next day, Yvette takes the Boright shopping for outdoor porch furniture.
Today we're looking for several things. We're looking for 2 love seats and a coffee table for the lounging area. And for the dining area, we're looking for a table and some chairs.
First up, Yvette suggests a wicker set, perfect for the lounge area.
Well, the blue is a little too country, and I don't like the rocker.
We were thinking more black.
Yeah.
I think black would be good, but we love wicker.
Next, a brown wicker set that's a bit more modern.
It's not quite Charleston. I think this, look
comfortable.
how cute you guys look. The size
Very
is great.
comfortable.
The size is perfect. It's just a little too contemporary.
Yeah.
When I think of Charleston style furniture, I think of pieces that are more warm and inviting, that have more curves, more detail, not so contemporary and sleek.
Yvette suggests a black wicker set with a curved back, perfect for the outdoor lounge area she envisioned.
I like this.
I like this. This is the right
Yeah.
style and size.
Color's perfect.
Yep.
Arms are not too
It's not too
large,
bulky.
but it has a little curvature.
Yeah.
It's
Love the
nice.
table.
Table's
Love the
fabulous.
table.
That is just oozing Charleston. And with our jazzy textiles,
Yeah.
I never want to leave the porch.
In addition to the lounge area, the Borights want to create an outdoor dining space as well.
Now we're going to start looking for preferably a teak table, something that's kind of small because the porch is wide, but it's not that deep.
So this is teak.
It's not quite the teak I was thinking of. I mean, teak is great for durability because it's really indestructible, but
Right.
I was thinking of a teak that was darker and a little bit more worn, like looking old and kind of adding more
I
character.
think it'll compete with the floor too much.
I agree. Originally I was thinking about teak, but you know, in design things can change and there might be better options. Look at this table over here. Now I know it's not teak. I know we were thinking about teak, but it's fabulous. It's a different texture. It's weathered and worn. It's just very interesting. It's an interesting texture.
I like it too. I think it'll go nice with the floor too.
The zinc table, it's great because it's not sleek, it's not shiny, it still has that weathered and worn finish, which is absolutely perfect, keeping with that Charleston feel. And when you find something that's unusual and different and you have good luck at such a great place, you gotta roll with it.
Her instincts were right on.
It's going to be nice.
Yeah, she's got a great eye.
Coming up, we're taking the warmth of an indoor hardwood floor outdoors. Great ideas to warm up any outdoor space.
See, it makes this nice worn edge.
Now this feels like home.
We're getting ready for some coastal style. Next.
I see you brought Mozart with you to work today.
Of course.
Fabric specialist Alana Grundy stops by Yvette's design studio to show her a few options for the outdoor textiles for this southern-inspired makeover to go on the Boright's front porch.
I really want to create a relaxed and inviting dining and living space that they can use on their front porch. So I really want to jazz it up with some great textiles, and I want to do some drapes, some thick drapes on the columns so that it just has a real inviting, warm feel. Not too beachy, hinting a little beachy, but more casual with a little hint of elegance.
I picked out some fabrics for you.
Alana first suggests pastels.
These are beautiful, but they're a little bit too too pastel-y, too bright, too whimsy, I guess.
Next up, how about a paisley pattern?
Those are beautiful too. I love the paisley, but again, with this Charleston feel, just not feeling it. Keeping in mind the Charleston theme, I'm looking for something a little bit more muted, not so bright, but crisp. Maybe some stripes, some prints, mixing it up so it has an acquired look and it's not so matchy-matchy.
Last but not least, Alana suggests a non-traditional pattern with a large, bold print.
I think they will love this.
And to mix it up, a solid brown and striped pattern with colors that tie in perfectly.
This is going to be absolutely incredible on the love seat.
And you notice that with now these new outdoor fabrics, it's not solid, scratchy fabric like it used to be years ago. We're now doing these beautiful prints, and you can use it inside or outside.
It's going to flow really nicely, and I think overall it's just going to evoke this Charleston feel.
The next day, the hardwood floor is going in on the front porch.
The decking product that we're using on the deck here, it's a type of Brazilian walnut. So it's a very durable product. It's termite resistant. It doesn't get mold or fungus like composite products do.
It moves right into the whole Charleston feel. It brings a richness and a warmth to the porch, and the darkness really gives it a little bit of that formal look that we're looking for.
That floor is beautiful.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Now that the porch is finally put together, it's time for a fresh coat of paint.
I chose a nice crisp white for the front porch because it would really make it pop, and it pulls things together and just finishes the overall look.
Wow, that is a serious place to relax. I mean, you guys are going to be doing some amazing.
If we can't make it to the beach, we can invite some of our new neighbors from the street here over for a glass of wine and to sit on the porch and enjoy the night.
Designer Yvette Piaggio and homeowner Stephanie Boright are customizing furniture for our South Carolina makeover.
And then this one we'll just have to sand down the edges a little bit to make it a little bit more worn.
Okay,
and then we could, do the paint and the shells, and voila.
We have these two great chairs. We're going to sand them down and give them a really beachy, aged, rustic look.
See, it makes this nice worn edge. Look, not too much sanding, not too hard.
Next, on with the paint. A classic Cape Cod gray. And with uneven brushstrokes, these chairs get a real antique look.
It's going to be a little darker in some areas, a little lighter in others, but that's what gives it the character.
Then, to add to the beachy feel, a few added touches directly from the beach itself.
We purchased these shells at the local craft store. It's a really simple and inexpensive way to add a little bit of Charleston charm and bring the beach home to the Borights.
Yvette's idea for the chairs was a really good idea. It was so simple and it looks so good.
I think this is done. But this is great because why? Less is more.
While the textiles are coming together for this Southern-inspired makeover, it's time for a little shopping.
So what we're looking for today in terms of lights is just something to go on either side of the door.
This is kind of what I have on my house right now, like something like that, except rusted.
I gotcha. Today, Yvette has sent us to this place to look for some new lights, and I think we're going to look for something with black accents to highlight the shutters and the mailbox and the numbers and the furniture.
I think I want something black and not modern. I really like this one.
Yeah?
It's a little bit big,
Okay.
but I really like that style and maybe in black.
Okay. I think I have a catalog you might want to see.
That's great. Colonial, but not over the top colonial.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
That was easy enough. I love that one.
Drapes are going up to mixed reviews.
I'm still not sure how I feel about the drapes.
At least give it a try.
We'll definitely, we'll give it a try and we'll sleep on it.
But after a sleepless night,
All that hard work.
We couldn't get used to the drapes. We are not used to having drapes on the outside of the house, so we decided to take them down.
later that day, Yvette comes by to check in.
So you decided to take down the drapes. We were torn for a long time.
Well, at least you guys considered it, and
We did.
you know,
We
and
just
I
couldn't get used to
appreciate
the
that.
drapes.
You guys know how I feel, but it is your house, and I want.
But
you
we
to
still
feel
love the
happy.
material, and we want to put it everywhere.
Slip covers.
Slip covers. Lots
everywhere.
of slip covers. Okay.
Although the porch drapes didn't make the cut, Yvette's custom pillows and seat cushions make their debut.
A porch is a porch, but a porch with a lot of pillows, now that's comfort.
Wow, this place is really starting to look comfy. By adding soft pillows and warm colors, this place is really gonna warm up.
Next, the vinyl storm door is replaced with a custom front door. The grid pattern glass design matches perfectly with the new windows of the house. Then the sconce lights go up. These too have the grid design. A few final touches, and this makeover's complete.
We're almost there. We've gotten a little beachy, a little elegant, and a whole lot of Carolina charm. I gotta say,
It's looking great. When we returned, this house went from cluttered colonial to southern cosmopolitan. You won't believe the difference. Barry and Stephanie Boright's Dutch colonial home was far from inviting. They wanted to give it new life with some warm southern style, and I think they pulled it off. Check it out. When we started, the Boright's house had too many styles going on. Designer Yvette Piaggio wanted to bring out the best of what this colonial had to offer, turning what was kind of a snooze into a classic Charleston beachfront home. Before, the facade had no depth. Now, vertical siding, contrasting shutters, and warm tones add dimension and style. Before, the entry was muted and uninviting. Now, the breezy southern porch with squared columns and iron accessories adds a gracious welcome. Remember the old yard and landscape? Overgrown and nearly colorless. We took out the old growth and added lush, colorful plants for a landscape full of personality. The new split-pane windows, warm tones, and vintage shutters give this place a cozy feel. A stately entry, a lush landscape, and a relaxed living space turn what was dull and withdrawn into a real standout.
Looks good.
The house looks great. It's everything we wanted and more.
I love the landscaping. I feel like it's just, you know, it's sort of icing on the cake once the landscaping is in, and the cherry laurels are my favorite part of it.
We really like the overall feel of the porch. It's really comfortable.
Sort of a Charleston outdoor living space. It all came together just like Yvette envisioned it would.
Well, guys, now that you have your beach house away from the beach, I guess I could stay at your regular beach house, right? Absolutely. Awesome.
It's all yours.
And now in return, I will do something for you. I took some curtain material here. And did you ever see The Sound of Music?
Yes.
She cut the curtains into clothing. I would cut these into bathing suits. Matching for all of us. What do you say?
Brilliant.
Perfect. Awesome. Now, what size thong are you?